This pristine forest is getting deforested because of a very important naval project of setting very low frequency radar station in that area. Such kind of radar and the frequency, can it affect wildlife? Can it also affect human beings who live surrounding that area? Although this project first time came in the news long way back in 2008, and then Eastern Naval Command requested the state government to allocate more than 2000 acres of forest land for this particular project. Hello friends, myself Neeraj Nachiketa, an environmentalist, and I love ecology and environment, but at the same time I am also a person who teach science and technology. You know that recently Damagundam, around 90 kilometers from Hyderabad city, this pristine forest is getting deforested because of a very important naval project of setting very low frequency radar station in that area. Eastern Naval Command wanted this particular radio station to be set up in this particular area, Damagundam, but there are certain type of issues linked with it. When we are going to set up such kind of a naval radio station, there will be cutting of trees, deforestation, and there are many wildlife in that particular forest area. They will be losing their habitat. Even such kind of radar and the frequency, can it affect wildlife? Can it also affect human beings who live surrounding that area? Not only this, the same forest is also known for a very ancient 400 years old Lord Shiva temple, Swami Ramalinga Swami temple there. Now it is said that because of this particular project, it will also cause problem to this Shiva temple in Damagundam forest. Although this project first time came in the news long way back in 2008, and then Eastern Naval Command requested the state government to allocate more than 2000 acres of forest land for this particular project. Now the process went on, and finally it was allocated to the Navy. Now the protesters, particularly villagers, they have said that this particular project is not only going to damage the environment but also affect humans and their health because of the radar. Let us understand what is this VLF radar and why Navy needs this radar station in that area. Dear friends, very low frequency radar has got multiple applications. It uses a low frequency which is non-invasive but can penetrate different objects, particularly water. Now very low frequency radar in the military, particularly naval defense, can penetrate 40 meters into the sea water, and it is a very crucial to communicate with submarines. Navy want this kind of radar station in terms of helping and strengthening our naval defense, particularly from the point of view of submarines. In that context, this particular location becomes very, very important, so that any kind of such communication which is required, radio communication, that the Navy will be able to do it. Now this is the science and technology and linked with the national security of the country. But at the same time, for this particular project, trees which will be cut, thousands of trees are being cut in that forest area, and loss of forest, can affect drastically the climate of such area. Nowadays, global warming, climate change is a big issue. Even, forest moderate climate, and even it protect from erosion. And most important, as I said, different type of wildlife they have habitat in particular this type of forest there. Now they will lose their habitat, and then all these critically endangered or threatened species will become extinct in near future. Now even the villagers who are complaining that there will be health hazard, that is not very significant, because such kind of radar will not have that kind of significant impact on the health, because they are low frequency kind of radars there. But if you come into religious aspect, you know that India is a land of diversity, and we must respect religious sentiment of the people. Many times in my classroom I talk about that religion is linked to environment and wildlife, biodiversity. Now this particular old temple, 400 years old Lord Shiva temple, Ramalinga Swami temple, there was a proposal to move this temple to some other places. But then as the villagers protested and the matter went to the High Court, so High Court ordered that not a single tree should be cut in that area, and that place where the temple is there, that should be maintained. Status quo should be maintained. But unfortunately, recently trees are being felled, and there is complete violation of the status quo order of the Honorable High Court. Dear friends, we must understand that if there is no nature, we will not survive. We understand that we need such kind of naval station, but if we can invite good engineers, civil engineers, good architect, nowadays sustainability, sustainable development is very, very important. We can build such naval station, radio frequency station with VLF radars without harming trees and wildlife in such areas. It is possible if we can design the project, do proper environmental assessment, and take the suggestions, advice of those engineers who are expert in the sustainable management of resources, forest, and they can design this project where will be minimal damage to the forest. At the same time, we can have the project. So EIA becomes very, very important in this context. Instead of having rampant deforestation, why not we design a project where we have this project of VLF for our national security, for our Navy, at the same time minimal damage to our environment, at the same time respect the religious sentiment of the people who live in that area. To learn about this particular topic and various perspective of environment and ecology, you can join Amigos IAS class. Myself will be teaching you this topic from multiple perspective, from both prelims and main exam. See you soon. Thank you.